Yeah, you hooked me up with the beautiful art today.
There she is.
Hi. Do we have a name for her, by the way? I
What?
do we have a name for her?
Oh, I don't know her name. No, I should figure that out. I'm gonna name her today.
You know what we're gonna do? Give her one last view there, and we'll have everybody in the chat and maybe leave your comments on our YouTube channel.
That's
What should we
another
name her?
Brandon Boyd piece.
Okay, nice. So I'm on the road. For people that care, I'm not winking twice and need to be saved. I haven't been taken for ransom or anything. Like God knows, nobody would pay ransom for this face.
I would.
Uh, no, you're very sweet, very sweet. We're down in San Diego. We're helping my oldest son move into his new apartment, so that was kind of interesting. So
Hey, everyone always thinks you're John Boy on this.
I know it's hilarious. They're like, God, John Boy really let himself go. I have to shave this beard momentarily. So
I'll be honest. I don't know who looks younger, you or Jimmy. I'm not really sure.
that's great news for me and
Yeah,
shitty news for him.
bad
So
news
don't
for
do
James.
that. No. All right, let's start talking a little baseball here. You got the White Sox, Red Sox, and Astros. I don't know if you looked at the top of the American League standings. Three teams are separated by a half game. So right now, we're almost 4 months into this whole thing. Who's the best team in the American League?
I go back and forth on this one almost daily, Chris.
I know.
Because I think there's two teams right now that are kind of separating themselves. I know the Red Sox are crushing it. I get that. To me, they're just like a step below the Astros and the White Sox. And if I had to pick between those two teams, I know I picked the Astros to be in the World Series. That's just baseball. They have the experience. I think the White Sox are probably the most well-rounded team right now in the AL when you go with, they have three legit starters. You're talking Giolito, Lance Lynn, and Rodon. Rodon is something else right now.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you got Keuchel backing them up, and then that bullpen's really good, man. You have some really elite arms in that bullpen. Now, their lineup has been hit with a ton of injuries, but they've still been able to do it. Even without, who was it? It was Eloy, Lubob, Madrigal, Grandal. So they've lost a ton of firepower, but they're still putting up runs. And then I remember I told you this. Jim Thome said there's more coming. So they got people. They have people they think in the farm system that can help them, and they're going to make a move at the trade deadline. They have to. They have to. This is a great window. So I'm going to go right now with the White Sox as my top team in the AL.
I'm going to take the team that just lost 2 out of 3 of them on the South Side. That's the Houston Astros. Once again, not by much, and I think this is a really, really fun thing to watch all year. In part because I'm still not even 100% that 2 of the 3 are going to win their respective divisions. Like Chicago can sleepwalk to the top of the American League Central, and that's why I'm a little hesitant because they've beaten up on some terrible competition. I just think the American League Central is, I'm not going to say garbage after them, but it's just not good.
Well, you don't want to say that because the Indians are there, but you can say it, Chris. It's been a garbage division.
It has been. It just hasn't been good. And I hate to use that word because I don't think it's fair. It's just there's a lot of turnover going on. The Indians, if they're the second best team in that division, that's an 83-win team at best, I think. So we'll see. We'll see what the rest of it means. But right now, I'd go with Houston. And I think all 3 make moves at the deadline. I know a lot of people are saying that Boston has a built-in transaction whenever Chris Sale gets activated. And I get that, and I understand it. But I think they might go somewhere else. I wouldn't be shocked if they add a bullpen piece. Every contender needs one. And I think Houston's going to add a legit closer. I really think they're going to be in on the Kimbrel sweepstakes. I really think it.
I would love that. I think, that's kind of why I picked the White Sox right now. When you have Crochet and Kopech back there, lefty-righty, who you can match up, and then Hendricks shutting the door. There's another guy I'm forgetting.
Well, Aaron Bummer has been good in recent years. He's kind of been up and down at times this year. Easy. You okay?
Yeah. Sorry. I literally walked in the door for my workout. Came right here, baby.
Sorry about it. I got in a lot of steps yesterday while moving heavy furniture.
You look great, bro.
No, I really kind of feel like shit. By the way, I just want to let everybody know we're presented to you by FOCO today. FOCO.com. Go get your baseball gear. There's still a half season. You get to buy the cool shirts. Like if you want to be pops like me. We got the great straw hats. You see that whenever the Phillies hit a home run, they put those that's FOCO.com/JOMBOY. I don't know if they ordered it through JOMBOY, but if you use the code word JOMBOY15, you get 15% off your first order. So they got T-shirts, they got slides, they got everything you need, okay, for the baseball fan out there. So go get all geared up, keep doing it, push through. Let's go. It's foco.com. Thank you very much. With the keyword JOMBOY15 because we want you to save 15% off of your first order.
That's right.
All right, we'll continue on. I know we talked about the Mets yesterday, but they were in a crazy game last night with the Reds. I think they hit 7 homers. I think they had like 4 errors, 3 blown leads, all sorts of crazy stuff. With all that being said, they won it. My man Trevor May from the Rose rotation holding it down and getting another save. But you've got the top 4 teams in that division all within 6 games of one another. How many teams are true contenders for the division title?
You know I hate questions like this. You know
That's why I ask them. I love doing this to you. I like to torture you first thing in the morning.
The Mets, what a hilarious game. Like, what a roller coaster it is to be a Mets fan. You know, like the game with the Pirates and that series with the Pirates. Then you roll into this game against the Reds, and you commit 4 errors in the first inning, have to come back. I read this tweet last night, and it was talking about Trevor May and like why he wasn't used the inning before he came in, and they were saying Trevor May wasn't available until midnight, like Cinderella. Like if he was available for that game, why wasn't he in the game earlier? I don't know. Whatever, they won the game. To answer your question, I think that it all depends on who makes the moves. I mean, we're waiting. This is the time where we don't even know what these teams are going to look like in 2 weeks. So it's hard to say, but I would say I think the Braves still have a chance, and the Phillies still have a chance, and obviously the Mets. I don't think the Nationals have, unless they go do something crazy. I just don't think they necessarily have it in them.
I think, Mike Rizzo has been a wheeler and dealer in recent years, and he also doesn't mind saying what's on his mind in front of the media. He's kind of a fun GM to cover. I think this is the year they're a seller. I really do. So I would agree with you on the top 3 choices there. I think the Mets are going to roll the dice big. Have you seen Steve Cohen on Twitter?
Yes.
So the question is, do we make a move right now and pay a premium, or do we wait a couple, 2 weeks? And it was hilarious. Now, I love that sort of interaction. It's very Mark Cuban-esque. But if you're on the feed, Steve Cohen, go get your people today. Today's games count too.
I'm not a big fan of that whole thing.
You don't like him interacting with why not?
Because I think it's like
you think it's treating it like a game?
I'm trying to find the right word for it because I don't want to be too disrespectful.
No. I don't think it's disrespectful. It's just we've never had, the league's very stuffy. And this guy, who is the richest owner we've ever had in the sport, loves to interact with his fans. You're right. It feels like it might diminish what the front office is trying to do a little bit. Like he's like, ha, do we do this or do we do that?
It's arrogant, I believe. That's the gist that I get from it. I'm just not a huge fan of the guy. If you read, I don't know. I'm not. I'm sorry. Without going into it too much.
No. You and I are in the same circles in terms of some stuff that has gone on. I would say if he were my baseball owner, I would be pumped. Can you kind of see that or no?
Well, going from the Wilpons to him is nice, obviously.
Okay.
People look, the morale is up in New York as far as the Mets are going. The Yankees might be going the other way, but for the Mets fans, they're ecstatic for having him because he's going to make moves. He does do stuff. So I get the draw of it. But from an outsider's perspective, which I am, it's it rubs me the wrong way a little bit. And here, I'll answer your question, Steve. Go get him right now.
I know.
You don't got a big cushion, bro. You think you got an 8-game cushion? You don't. So
right.
go do your business right now.
So, by the way, there are people throwing in what he does for a living, all that sort of stuff. I get it. All I'm saying is that if I were a Mets fan, I still would want to root for my team, even if I don't like everything that goes on.
Sure.
On the outside, and it's always a tough thing because you're not going to love every player you root for, by the way, either. You're not going to agree with everything they do in life. It kind of puts fans in a difficult position. It always has. But let's move on. Shohei last night, back on the mound for the first time since starting the All-Star game. 6 shutout innings against the Oakland A's. Then they bring in Cishek. Bang, bang, bang. 3 hitters. It's 3-0 Oakland, and the Angels end up losing again. Their game under 500. Am I being oversensitive every time the Angels screw up when Shohei does something great?
Yes, because if you're an Angels fan, you should just be used to having one of the best players in the world and kind of not doing anything with it. That's the truth, man. Shohei is so incredible. Watching the guy go and play is so fun. We talked about this before on the show. He's the only must-watch guy. Maybe him and DeGrom. You know, when DeGrom's on the hill, everyone wants to see that. But Shohei doing what he did last night, like pitching and then going in, we play right field.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But you're right. It's tough to watch.
You're not frustrated? You're not
frustrated? Of course you are. But then you become numb to it a little bit, you know?
It's not numbing.
It's baseball, man. You know, all he can do. That's why baseball is such a cool sport, Chris. That's why baseball is an awesome sport, because in pretty much any other sport, at least football and basketball, I guess hockey, I don't really know enough hockey, but the best player alone can change the game in these other ones. Like LeBron can surround himself by a few people. We're seeing it with Giannis right now. Yeah. In football, like a quarterback can take over a game. In baseball, I guess a pitcher can, but
then the minute you get removed,
you still have to score. The minute he comes out, other people have to do the job. I think that's why baseball is amazing. It really is a team sport. The Angels have had Mike Trout forever, and they've won one playoff game.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool about the sport. So you kind of have to take it like, you know, that's just part of it.
They've won 0 playoff games with Trout. He's played in 3, and he's gotten 1 hit. It was a home run against Kansas.
Oh, so they've okay. I thought it was a 1-game win, so they haven't won at all. Oh, fuck.
No, thanks. But you know what? My 15-year-old, who is a huge Shohei fan, like, he will stop and watch whatever he's doing. If he's hitting, if he's pitching. Like, we were out to dinner last night as a family, and he's like, Dad, I need to borrow your phone. I want to watch Shohei pitch, which I love. And he's like, it's 0-0. And then he goes, Dad, they just took him out, and they gave up 3 runs. He's like, they suck. And you know what? You can ill afford to lose games. The A's are the closest team in the wild card standings to the Angels. Now, there's a bunch of teams in between them. But if the Angels are really going to, like, stay in this thing, and if Trout comes back, who knows what happens when Superman's back in the lineup. You pair him with Shohei. But, yeah, it does piss me off because it pisses off my son. I don't like to see him mad.
Hey, their lineup is freaking legit, bro. They've been bringing up these guys. They can hit, too. It's like you have Walsh and now Marsh, long-haired dude, come up, and you have Rendon hasn't even, like, done it yet. Their lineup is the real deal. But, it's just, I mean, look, the same old song dance, man. You got to have pitching.
I'm with you. All right, let's move on. Tougher losing stretch last night. Miami down 18-0 at one point. Actually got one on the board thanks to my man Miguel Rojas. Is that a tougher loss than what is happening with the Rangers, who have been shut out 3 straight times?
No, the Rangers getting shut out is tougher. 3 straight times is really tough. It hurts the ego a little bit as an offense. And it's 3 games. It's not just 1 game. Like, the Marlins can bounce back today and be fine. But, you know, you lose 3 games in a row being shut out. There's a little bit of panic button being pushed. They're in the cage trying to figure out something. Or maybe, I have a suggestion, maybe you don't take BP today. You just show and go. Yeah. Sometimes that helps. So my man Gibby got lit up last night too. That was tough. But it happens, man. You just gotta move forward. The Rangers, they're gonna be selling off pieces anyway, so maybe it's for the best.
I think it's the first time we've had this since 1906, I saw, or something crazy like that.
No way.
Yeah, it's just not good. By the way, so they faced Skubal today from Detroit. He doesn't get a 4th straight shutout against them. When did the Rangers score today?
I love that name, by the way, Skubal.
I know.
I'd hope they don't get shut out. There's no way. But if this hasn't happened since 1906, we're talking another game. Could be the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah. I think so.
No, they score. I think they score early.
Like in the first 3 innings?
Yeah. I think there might be a homer in the first inning. Just like get it out the way.
I'm going to go midway through. I don't think they score till the 5th. They're going to get everybody up on their seats and be like, what? All right. Last one. Juan Soto, 2 big blasts in that 18-run deposit the Nats made on the Marlins' head. But one of the homers came against a position player, Marlins backup catcher Sandy Leon. Is that one you can puff out your chest about, or do you have to be like, yeah, okay?
Well, you know you're speaking to the greatest hitter ever against position players pitching. Yeah. So I do have a ton of inside info here. No, you do not puff your chest out.
Really?
Unless there's only one instance you can puff your chest out. It's if you are friends with the guy on the hill, and that's awesome.
Did you ever do that?
I hit one off Andrew Romine, who I knew a little bit, but I didn't puff my chest out. It was still, when I was playing, Chris, it was still pretty much frowned upon to be showboating a lot. But I will say, They all count. It counts the damn same as if you hit it off Scherzer. So,
That's true.
it's okay to go up there and swing and try to hit a home run against a position player because that's your stats. Your team earned the right to be hitting against that slop. The other team gave up. So go get yours, but you don't puff your chest, man.
Juan Soto can do whatever he wants.
Did he puff his chest?
What?
Did he go was he pumped up?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, I'm just saying, I think his home run made it 18-0, by the way. So it's not like you're going to be like, yes, running around the bases, pulling the chainsaw like a Kirk Gibson 88 special off the Dennis Eckersley. But whatever. And by the way, for all those people who said, don't participate in the home run derby, it's going to screw up your swing. I think Soto's got 5 homers since he came back from the home run derby.
10 hits, 5 homers, something like that.
Just want to say, just in case you're curious.
He's like a pure hitter, though.
He is beautiful to watch. I've never seen a guy that young command the strike zone the way he does. What do you have coming up on JOMBOY?
I have a sequence coming out today where I go over the Ohtani versus Tatis at bat in the All-Star game.
Good.
Just I thought it was a cool moment in baseball. Those are the two faces of baseball right now going at it, having fun. Sal Perez behind the dish. So I did that, and then I'm going out to film Talking Baseball that'll air tomorrow. We pre-record the Wednesday episodes on Tuesday, so we got some fun stuff to talk about today.
Heck yeah.
What about you?
So the reason I'm wearing a Marlins hat, Miguel Rojas. I'm taping him at the top of the hour with Padres first baseman Eric Hosmer, who grew up just a few miles away from Marlins Stadium down there in Miami. Oh, we've got some good stuff to go over with Hodge. He's always fun.
I love Hosmer.
Oh, yeah. We've got some great stuff. I think I'm going to have to dog him on something he did on national TV many moons ago. I found this old clip of him from a pretty big show, and I think I'm going to call him out on it.
Okay.
We're buddies, so I'm going to kind of let him have that.
He's awesome, man. We had a lot of fun playing against each other, and then because I knew Moose and him and Moose were good friends, we used to kick it a lot. Yeah, so
yeah. By the way, so we're done with the moving part for my son. Today we're into the building part, which is not Rose's specialty.
Are you building furniture?
Yeah. Yeah. If anybody wants to come join us, if you're in the San Diego area and you're handy, hit me up. Maybe
I bet you get some takers. Someone go help Chris build some stuff. Come on.
Yeah. And by the way, can I just tell you real quickly, I did not sleep great in the hotel. I had a really weird dream right before I woke up. Don't worry, everybody. It's clean. My hamstrings were bothering me last night. And so I dreamt I was at some big sporting event covering, I don't know if it was a baseball event or whatever it was. And I'm hanging out with a bunch of media, and Michael Jordan walks by with his security detail, and he sees me doing some amateur stretching of my hamstrings. And he looks at his guys, and he starts talking to them, and he looks at me, and he waits me over, and he starts telling me how to better stretch my hamstrings.
Was he right? Did they stretch out?
I think I woke up, but I was like, because honestly, I've had the good fortune of interviewing a lot of really, really interesting people. He's the biggest name I never interviewed. Never got to interview him.
I mean, we can make that happen. Let's get him on the Chris Rose IG Live.
I agree.
You think he'd come on?
Probably not. Probably never.
Probably playing golf right now.
Definitely.
He's got 36 to go today. Let's go, man.
I just can't get over that I had Michael Jordan telling me how to better stretch my hamstrings.
Hey, can I give you some advice for your day today?
Please.
Get a power drill.
Oh, I've got one.
You brought one? Do you have a little Allen wrench bit for it? Because you're gonna have to do all the Allen wrench stuff. It's so much easier if you have a bit.
Oh, I don't know if we have it. Honey, do we have an Allen wrench bit on that drill?
That's the key.
We'll have to see. Why
are you asking Michelle that? That's your domain, man.
It is not my domain. We are not gender specific. We mix everything.
Yes.
What do we do around the Rose household?
2021.
Yeah, exactly.
Is she going to build?
She's going to organize in there. She wants to make sure the place is in tip-top shape before we leave. We're not allowed to leave.
You better treat her like the queen she is, all right?
Of course I do. Stop that.
I'm coming down there. Michelle, let's go out to lunch.
Do I treat you like a queen? She said,
I'm coming.
Yes.
I'm coming down and take Michelle out to lunch while you build all this stuff.
That's very sweet of you. Stay put.
Okay.
Easy there. All right, listen, everybody, foco.com/JOMBOY. Use the code word JOMBOY15 for 15% off your first order. Go do that. We're back on our regularly scheduled time on Wednesday. Appreciate you getting up early the last 2 days, my man. Thank you.
Love you, Chris. I'll see you tomorrow, man.
Peace.
Yeah.